Hey everyone, it's me again, John. Welcome to another edition of JohnnyVlogs, and I'm happy to announce yet another strike in the battle against commercials. As of this Wednesday, the 21st of October 2015, you will be able to buy a YouTube subscription, if you choose, for $10 a month, and essentially that will give you access to YouTube videos commercial free. Now, if you've watched my videos, you know I'm a bit of a proponent of this. I asked several months ago why Hulu Plus had commercials. We're paying for a service, and it's the same price as Netflix. Netflix, no commercials. Hulu has commercials. Heard a bit from you guys, the community, on that, essentially saying that they had to pay more for that content because it was more timely, and I believe that that was valid. But Hulu went and made a new subscription layer where basically you pay about $5 more. I think it's $12.99 per month total, and you get to watch all of their stuff commercial free, which is awesome, and I've been a huge fan of. There's something jarring for me about the structure of commercials, and especially longer commercial breaks. By the time you get back to the content you're watching, you've kind of disassociated with the emotions of that storyline, and I think that does not work well for art. So this is a great example. Now, YouTube, I thought, had already kind of addressed that, at least that specific point, because most commercials in YouTube take place before the content begins or after the content runs. Although I have noticed lately that, especially on some longer form content, they're starting to jam commercials right in the middle of it, and it's very jarring and a little unfortunate because the content creators, they don't realize when those commercials are going to pop up, and they're not scripting their content to accommodate for it. For example, there is no, hey, we're going into a commercial break, we'll see you after this 30 seconds and we'll continue our chat about blah blah blah. They're not doing that. They will be literally in the middle of a sentence, and all of a sudden the video will cut to a commercial, which is really, really jarring. But I'm only seeing that on a few channels, and like I said, mostly longer form content. Outside of that, I'm okay with the YouTube commercials that run before the video and after the videos. I think that is not a bad spot to be in. However, if you want better service than that, you can pay the $10 a month and have all those commercials completely wiped out. Now, on top of that, YouTube has also reached out to some of their biggest content creators. I've heard the Fine Brothers, Prank vs. Prank, and Smosh, and I believe they're going to be creating specific content from them only for subscribers. So if you're a big fan, I'm a huge fan of Prank vs. Prank. I love that channel. If you're a big fan of those creators and you want to see all of their stuff, you're going to have to buy a YouTube subscription to access all of it. Now, I'm sure they're still going to have videos released on their standard channels. I don't think that they're going to abandon the free YouTube community, but I'm sure that they will do specials and maybe crossovers with other content creators and stuff like that. Maybe things that are a little bit bigger in terms of production value on this premium YouTube service, which I think is really cool and an exciting step. And overall, I prefer this model as opposed to like the cable television model. I think I mentioned in a video a little while ago, I went to a hotel and tried to watch normal TV after now being accustomed to watching shows without commercials. And for me personally, it is a completely different experience. And those commercial breaks really butcher the emotional throughput of whatever the episode you're watching is trying to give to you. For example, I cannot imagine watching a show like Homeland, and I know Homeland is on Showtime, so they don't run commercials. But can you imagine a intense, very detail-driven story like that being told to you, and then all of a sudden every 5 minutes you have to break away from it, and you're sitting there for 3 minutes of random content that is made to grab your attention and pull your mind away from what you're actually watching, which is essentially what commercials are. So this is a great thing. I think it's a step forward in the right direction. We already know that kids are watching a ton of YouTube. I think the younger generations are just going to grow and expect this more and more often, that their content is not butchered up by these messages, and ultimately I think that's better for all of us. What do you think? Please let me know in the comments below, and of course I will catch you on Wednesday with another Geek and Dorks review, and at the end of the week we'll have another brain scratch. Thanks for checking me out, and I'll see you again very soon.